Hey everybody, we got an interesting review for you coming up, but before we begin, I wanted to let you know that when it was completed, I didn't even have a buying source for you. Well, that has changed. FINOW, in their AliExpress store, is now offering the FINOW Q1 Pro. Check in the show notes down below for a buying link. It'll take you right over there. And they've also published their specs. So, the Q1 Pro is a full Android 6 smartwatch. It's got 1 gigabyte of RAM, 8 gigabytes of storage, uses a nano SIM, and, very important, check the frequency bands for the 2G, 3G, and 4G. Yes, full 4G support with this watch. It claims IP67 waterproofing, a 2 megapixel camera, support for all these things, and more. All right, let's get on with the review. Be sure to check back at the end. Greetings and welcome back to Smartwatch Tics. Yes, we have been waiting a long time for this. This is the one I couldn't tell you about. If you remember, I said I can't tell you about it. And then everybody figured out what it was, and I couldn't either confirm nor deny on penalty of death. Anyway, we could talk about it now because inside of here, it has finally arrived. Yes, straight out of China. That's right. Okay, what is it? What is it? Of course you know already. You read the title of the video. I don't know though. Look, it's got buttons at the bottom and it looks like a camera at the top, and it smells like, it tastes like, it is. This, upside down compared to the picture, is the, yes, the FINOW Q1 Pro. Remember the old original Q1? Amazing little square watch. Well, the Q1 Pro takes that and builds it on steroids. Nice. Look at this. Super flexible. I would almost conjure removable smartwatch band. It's TPU, stretchable, breathable, good sports kind of a band. We've got a button and a microphone. We've got a place for a SIM card, so it's a standalone smartwatch phone. There's the heart rate monitor. Looks like it's got a little plastic cover on it we'll take off. There's the charging port, and it's the standard kind. You can tell already. On this side, whoa, there's 2 holes. I presume that's the speaker. You don't think it's stereo, do you? I don't want to go too far. Anyway, microphone on there, speakers probably there because you don't see them here or here. And a little cover over the front. Let's peel that off, revealing a square screen and buttons at the bottom, capacitive buttons. So, while we have the box in front of us, let's dig in deeper. First layer, second layer, we have a manual, and we have the, it's different. I thought it would be just the standard charger, but it's an alligator clip. Wow, really? Huh. 4 pins, alligator clip connection. Well, that's odd. All right, let's try it out. I presume we're going to clip it like this in place. Okay, it falls into place nicely. It's clipping on the side of the screen. USB connector. All right, when I come back after we take a break here, I'm going to get one of those magnetic ones because it's even got the little dimples in the side like the magnet connection should fit. I don't know. We'll see if the magnetic type will fit in there. In the meantime, the manual in Chinese and we hope in English is here. Wow, color pictures. Okay, user's manual. As we always do with these unboxings, I'm going to come in here. Let's get 2 pages worth. It's way too tiny for me to read from this distance, but I'm trying to center it on my camera. And on your big 4G TV, you'll probably be able to read this and see what all it says it can do. Got good pictures that show you the SIM card, where it goes. Now, the cool thing, if I understand correctly, about this watch and that SIM card is that this watch is actually capable in certain parts of the world of handling 4G data connectivity. And hopefully, if it doesn't, it can fall back to 3G and give you good solid 3G connectivity as well. Now, I'm in the USA, and the word is it's not working with the USA frequencies. I know. And that's sad news. However, works in Asia, parts of Europe, hey, Australia, Canada, Mexico, India, a lot of you in India. Is it working there? When you get your watch, let us know if it works on 4G there. Here's the Chinese side. Okay. Well, this is definitely sad. I mean, look at this. The standard connector should line up perfectly in here. Should just drop in and magnetically connect. But there's no magnets and it won't work. Wow. So we are stuck with this specialized connector. When you buy this, you might see from your buying source if you can get an extra one of these, because good luck if something happens to it. Well, that's a little bit odd and different how we charge it, but this is different too. Check this out. Here's the little SIM cover. Before we turn it on, I'm going to pop this open. Now, with it off, you can see there's a little bit of a grommet around the edge that seals in here, but I'm not too sure you'd want to drop this in water. I'd say at the best you're splash proof with this one, but be careful for water intrusion in here. In the meantime, what I wanted to show you was this. Usually you have to drop your SIM card in like that and then put your back cover on, and hopefully it's going to seal it in the right spot, right? Well, watch this. This is different. Took me a while to figure this out. You see that little grommet thing also serves as a little tray. If I drop the SIM in here, it sits really nicely in here. It's all contained. In fact, if you want to get it back out again, you really got to work at it. But for right now, so we could test this out, we're going to put it in, follow the notch, and there's a little hook here. We go underneath and press it down into position. There we go. Solid. And we're ready. Okay, again, the camera is going to be on the top. The button is on the left side. Odd, sort of like the TicWatch. Press and hold, let go, and it'll start up. We are with FINOW. Now notice I had to press and hold. I've tried this before, and usually you press and hold until it starts up, but not with this watch. Perhaps it's the way the operating system is implemented. The diode's flashing. You're getting a logo coming on and a little bit of sound as it twirls around to let you know it's a smartwatch. And you're up to a watch face. Now, this is a really, really easy watch to operate. It doesn't have a lot of hidden places. Check this out. If I try to scroll to the left, it won't go. If I try to scroll up, nothing happens. If I try to scroll down, nothing happens unless you catch it just right and you get this little pane that shows you some dots over here, your Wi-Fi, and your power, and 4 icons here. This one brings up your brightness information, where I can adjust the brightness level down to there or up, he says, to there. I'm not noticing much change, and it seems really, really bright overall. That's maybe because I have adaptive brightness on. I'm going to turn that off. Now let's try the brightness level. Yeah, there you go. You have more control over it. Adaptive brightness, a new implementation of the OS, apparently lets this sense with the camera what the ambient brightness is and automatically adjusts your watch to the best lighting for the lighting conditions. You have a wallpaper area where you could go into your gallery, find whatever pictures you want, and apparently put that on as a wallpaper. Notice I can't scroll backwards or this way or this way. Up is the only way, and sometimes it's got to be at a little diagonal. So that's that feature. SOS is where you can edit your SOS number that you want to be called when you activate the SOS, and you could add the SOS number directly from a contact in your database. That's all the deeper I'm going to go with that, but that's the SOS feature in the watch. Here, we activate the sound levels, and they're pretty decent. You hear that? I'm going to turn them all the way up for our testing. You can also vibrate for calls, and this is cool. It's got a whole do not disturb section that you can set priorities for that obey automatic rules, and you can set it to work on the weekends or turn, be on or off late at night. All of that stuff is how you manage the sounds. That's in the priority do not disturb area. You can change the ringtones, of course, and notifications and other sounds. Then you've got this thing called cast. No nearby devices were found. You have any idea what cast is? Is that like casting to a TV set or to another device? Not sure. Notifications, when the device is locked, how it should behave. In your overall app notifications, it's going to load all of the apps that we've got that are installed and let you manage notifications for these. You see the difference now as we've migrated to Android 6 instead of 5.1? All these new capabilities are there. And do not disturb access. You can turn on and off, apparently, which things can bust through your do not disturb. You notice how I'm sliding off to the side there to get back. That seems to be the best angle. That's all in here. This allows you to switch between apps if I have more than one open, or slide it off to remove it. And that is all there is from the drop-down menu. So nothing anywhere else except to the right. You go to the right, you get to your app drawer. You go more, and you can't. Really simple. So from the watch face, all you can do is get to that page or all of your apps. Let's run through them. This is all the stock apps. I haven't added anything yet. These come with it. Because we don't have the Bluetooth calling implemented on this watch yet. I know. It's coming. Yeah, it's coming, but it's not here yet. The dialing and text messaging relates specifically to the SIM card we just put in, which is 4G. Yay! Everybody together. Yay! Except it's country specific. And it's not working in the United States. Where I'm located, we're not getting connectivity with the SIM card. Not only not 4G, but the fallback to 3G isn't working because of the antenna arrangement and whatnot. We're hoping that'll be added to a firmware update later. But right now, there's no SIM calling whatsoever in this watch in the USA. And no Bluetooth calling yet. So don't think of this watch for calling at this time, although the enhancements may be there later. Then we have camera and gallery to go together. All right, well, let's play with it. Here's the camera. Hello again. I'll tell you, now these front-facing cameras are coming out. I can't hide from you. No way. Anyway, there I am. Let's do a little test. I'm going to take a picture. Smile! Oh, God. What a picture. Oh. And I'm going to do a video. Let's turn that on. I brought a little flower over. Hi, everybody. This is me in a video with a twirling flower. And I'm speaking so you can check the audio out as well. Oh, God. Okay. There. Oh, that was painful. Now, before I go and show you all of that... Oh, it said error during recording. Wow. Oh, look at that. It left it on the screen, too. I'm going to hit this button over here and go into settings. I want you to see all this stuff. From our general settings, we can do GPS location info. That's amazing. Okay. color effects, scan mode. Now, some of these just might be generic settings and may or may not apply. We'd have to dive into this to find out. But there's your default image properties. You have for camera the ability to do all of these things, and your picture size is either VGA or QVGA, which I guess is larger. And then for video, you have these features, including turning the microphone on, time-lapse, video quality is high or fine, and I've put it on fine, which should be your highest one. Now, remember, I'm playing with the swiping, but there's the capacitive buttons here. This right one should take us back, and there it goes. I don't know why I've got my picture frozen on there, but I'm going to hit that video button again. And we'll try it one more time. Okay, there it's off. Well, this could be a glitch. Not sure what's going on. Well, we're learning as you go. I cleared it. I went back into the video settings and went down to high rather than fine. And now it's fine rather than high. So let's give this another try. Hello again, everybody. Here I am with a little red flower to show off the video and the audio. Let's see how it turned out. There, it says it's saving. Now I press the button, and now we got the video. Let's listen to it. It's super soft. You can barely hear it, and I have the volume cranked all the way up. So hopefully if you export this to another device, the audio will be reasonable, but it's not very loud playing through the watch. Although when we tested the audio, it was loud, so it may just be a function of the camera issue. Now, we also wanted to go into the picture. There's the video. There's my cheesy smile. Will it zoom? Will it zoom? Do you really want me to? I don't. I'm going to go for my eyeballs. I'm going to double tap. Yay! Okay, double tap works. Another one? Oh, that shrinks it down. Now the real question. Do we have multi-point touch? Can I zoom it in? Can I check it out closer? It does! Oh. It works! Look at that. You have multi-point zoom, although it's questionable, it's challenging to get in there, but wow! Wow! Okay, great. Very good. You got some nice zoom capability for still images. Double tap to go back. When you're playing a video, you can zoom it in too! All right. Now I'm impressed. This is great. Hit the back button, or I hit the center button, should take me right back to the home. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Well, that deserved a well-earned lunch break, which gave me the opportunity to set up all the Bluetooth stuff. Wait till you see this. Let's continue where we left off. We did the dialing and the text messaging. We just played with the camera, and the gallery is basically where all your pictures live. That's pretty simple. Now we get into settings, file manager, and Bluetooth, which is where I want to go after we show you our setup. Wi-Fi is typical Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth is where you're going to come in here, turn it on, and tether it directly to your phone, not to an app. At least at this point, for what I'm going to show you, you want it tethered directly to your phone. Got that? So just do that first before we get into the Bluetooth thing. Data usage, more, cellular networks, what's in the more? Airplane mode, okay, tethering and portable hotspots. You've seen a lot of those things. They're typical. Then we get into our device where we have our display. We saw the brightness, adaptive, wallpaper. We didn't cover the sleep time, where you can adjust this from as little as 5 seconds to as much as 30 minutes. Wow. Okay. Your font size, and when device is rotated, oops, I touched the button by accident down there. Got to be careful of that. Display. When device is rotated, either stay in the current orientation, or you can allow it to rotate accordingly. So, you know, landscape and portrait, well, you're on a square screen. It doesn't really apply, except is your arm facing this way or that way. This will allow you to lock the screen if you want, or leave it unlocked. Okay, Location, this is where you can turn on your high mode, high accuracy GPS, which it happens to be on. I'll leave it on for now. These are the apps that are using it. Normally I'll have that off unless you really need it, because GPS always on is going to eat away at your battery. Ring and vibrate. You have your general settings, outdoor settings, which will make things extra loud, and you can contour your overall settings for general. Well, it's not really going there. Anyway, loud or regular, I guess, is what you've got on that. Kind of a legacy thing, I think, coming over from the operating system. Then you have apps. And here are all of the different installed apps. And you can grab one of them, like Chrome, for example. Here's where you could disable it, force it to stop. Look at all of the permissions, all the typical things now that you've got in Android 6, right? Downloads, file manager, these are all the apps still, we're in that. And storage and USB. This we haven't seen before. It's showing us how much available memory, I take it, that we've got. Oh, how much used? Used 5.13 gigabytes of half gigabyte. Wow, used of, you get it, yeah. Apps, this is all the data, this is the data that's being used by all of that. Okay, it's just basically looking at your overall storage in here. Then you've got your battery life. Good. It's showing us charts and expected life. You have standby intelligent, I would presume, power management. Phone idle is eating up the most time, followed by the screen. And then Bluetooth. Interesting, because I'm Bluetooth tethered right now, even though it's 4 point something. And all the other kind of stuff, all the way down to the individual apps, I would presume. That's memory. Okay, now that was all in this section called wireless and networks. You see that? And devices. And now we're coming into system. Language and input. Your typical overall languages. Here they are, the ones that are installed in this watch. This is a detailed review, everybody. It's going to be a bit long because we're covering everything. There's a lot of this stuff you're not going to see anywhere else on the internet, and somebody's got to do it, right? I guess I volunteered. A lot of different languages here. Hope you saw yours. That's language and input. Oh, wow, it's got a spell checker in here, an adaptive Android spell checker, which is on. Okay. Keyboard and input methods where you can put in your own keyboard. It's using the English one. It looks like there's a Chinese one available. Text-to-speech output and all that are part of it. Date and time, probably self-explanatory. Automatic date and time. You can do the time zone manually or automatic. Cover all of that. Scheduled power on and off. So you can literally have the device turn off and on and save battery at night if you're not charging it, I guess. Then accessibility is directly available. Interesting. Yay! Magnification gestures. You all have heard me talk about it. Let's show it to you again. When I come in here and I turn it on, and you can read about it if you want to, what it's going to do is make this triple tap capable. 1, 2, 3. Hold my finger on here and I can scroll around with everything large. Wonderful for reading small stuff on a tiny watch. You can triple tap it, and if you don't touch it, it freezes there but lets you run up and down. But if you want to go left and right, you triple tap and hold it. Nice, huh? And we're able to get to that directly now. Normally, we have to use a third-party app to do that. Here's other things that are available in here. Very nice. Okay, that's accessibility. And finally, about the watch tells you that we are running Android 6 on a Q1 Pro. The kernel version, which is kind of what we look at for its firmware update, Friday, March 16th, 2018. And the build number hasn't changed, so the kernel version is what you're going to check on yours. to see if it's newer than this, because you may have more updated features, hopefully things like Bluetooth calling and stuff like that in future updates. And that's everything about settings. File Manager shows you our internal storage. And when you go in here, you have all of the different folders, stuff that you can work with and add in your own things, hopefully like custom watch faces and third-party apps that you'd like to add to yours. Now, finally, we're at this little thing called Bluetooth. When you come in here, yeah, you haven't seen this before. No. Probably going to start seeing this on a lot of watches. I think this is a wave of the future. I'm going to tap here. This is the QR code. I'm going to give you a chance to use your phone or whatever you've got to scan it. Because you're not finding this in the Google Play Store yet, it's going to give you a link to FINOW's server where you can download a similar app called Bluetooth Helper. Bluetooth Helper. When you do that, you'll get this Bluetooth Helper, and when you open it, you get something that looks like this. And it's very similar there. It just connected. And it connected because I already did that. Once I had the watch and phone connected through normal Bluetooth, then I tapped this button and was able to select a Q1 Pro off of the list it gave me because it was an already connected device. And when I did that, I was able then to bring this whole thing up. Now, let me adjust the brightness on this a little bit because we're oversaturated to view. There we go. Watch this. If I say find watch, hear that? Yeah, that's coming out of the watch. If I say find the, it says find watch here, but it's actually find phone. When I tap that, this is vibrating, and now it's making the noise. Okay, so we have this whole link thing going, and we also have the ability to turn on and off the settings for reading SMS on the watch, notification of your missed calls, ring call, and ring notification. No ability to answer the call, though, directly and speak on the watch yet. But look, the framework is all here. Transfer files, I couldn't get it to work, but it's there to transfer files between the two. Push apps is where it will push notifications from the variety of apps you have in your phone to your watch. And uninstalling apps is where you go, and it will interrogate your watch, and you can uninstall any of the apps, I guess, that you have on your watch directly from the phone, of which I don't have any because this is in the stock format. So, Bluetooth Helper, something brand new. Probably will be in the Play Store eventually, but for right now, you got to scan that QR code in order to gain access and download it. Okay, moving on. There's a step counter. That's your basic pedometer. That's what it looks like. Still in Chinese. Still needs to be translated. Haven't worked with that one, and it's at 0, so I really haven't been wearing it yet to do anything with it. Heart rate with the letter V. I don't know, but there it is. Oh, and look at this. Okay, it's measuring. The light's on. I'm going to put my finger here. You know what SBP and DBP mean by now, right? BP could be blood pressure, systolic and diastolic. What do you think? There's my pulse rate showing up in the upper right. There it says what my blood pressure is, way off. I'm like dead. Perhaps it has to be on my arm, then at my heart level, and all sorts of other things. But hey, we are getting readings. So I can't attest to the accuracy, but I can tell you that it's actually reading. Now it's kind of coming up. A lot of times, and this is why this can take a half a minute to a minute, it needs to go through some cycles to average it out to get the correct numbers for you, which it still doesn't seem to be doing. I should be somewhere around 120 over 80-ish, but it's on the low side right now. And so is my pulse. Okay, well, it's something to play with. Let's back out of that. That's heart rate, and blood pressure. Here's the music player, which we don't have any installed, but if we did, you could use that to play music. Google Chrome, the Google Play Store, WhatsApp. I don't know how to use WhatsApp, guys. That's owned by Facebook, and I don't trust them anymore. I really don't. WhatsApp, as I know, is tied to your phone number, so you probably have to have a SIM with the phone number registered to WhatsApp in order to use it. A lot of people want to know how to use WhatsApp with the WhatsApp they use on their phone, and as far as I know, you can only use WhatsApp in one device. If you transfer it over to another device, it's all sorts of problems. But it's there. Browser, your standard regular browser, different than Chrome. Here's the download folder. Here's your voice recorder. Let's give it another shot. Hey, okay. I get so excited. I'm just going to allow all these things as asking permissions. Are we on? We're on. Hello. The needle's barely moving. Hello. Hello. Okay, we're testing. Now we're going to stop. You remember, let's save it. You remember how soft the video audio was. Let's see how this one is. Yeah, it's really soft too, but then the meter was hardly even moving at all. I think if you use this to like keep notes or something, if you hold it up to your mouth and you really talk loud into it like a microphone, it probably will be loud enough to hear in the watch. But otherwise, it's going to be kind of soft. That's often the case. Calendar, stopwatch, voice search or Google voice search, and then more apps will show up in here as you install them, either through the Google Play Store or transferring them over from your computer or whatever. And that's it. These are all the stock apps that are in here. And this is everything there is. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Again, coming down, and you have all of this stuff. I'm down to 17% now. Got to charge this thing up. And that is the Q1 Pro. Watch faces. We didn't talk about watch faces. Let's do that. Here's one of the stock watch faces. Let's go back to the very beginning and show you all of the square ones. These have been designed to work well on a square screen, and sure enough, they show nicely on the Q1 Pro. As we look through these, here's one that's round, but it's got some squareness to it. So it looks like it's round within a square. This is always a favorite on square watches. It's in gold, it's very elegant and dressy, and it's an edge-to-edge square watch. This one also is very nice. Good analog display going on. There's the digital one we have taken a look at that's really nice when you're outdoors and want to see the time. And now we go through a variety of round ones, which are being displayed on a square screen. And for those, I'm just going to page through them because there's a whole lot of these, so you get a hint of what you can do. All stock watch faces. We've seen many of them before from FINOW, and here they are showing up on the Q1 Pro. Okay. Are we done yet? Wow. Yeah. No lacking for stock watch faces. Here's a nice one. Gives you kind of a 3D effect, giving you the circle within the square. No, we aren't done yet. We're getting close. Wow. There, that's the last one. Okay. So there you have it, the FINOW Q1 Pro. Yeah, the bands are removable. This is basically a first look. First look means we're just taking a look at it right out of the box. No, we haven't done AnTuTu scores. We haven't checked to see if it'll take custom watch faces. All of that's yet to be done, but we wanted to get this review up as soon as we could. I'll do a deeper look with some other apps installed that can customize this, and we'll call that a full review in a little while. In the meantime, you can check out below in the show notes. Hopefully I got some buying links for you as this comes to market, and check in your country to find out whether or not the frequencies supported in this watch for 4G and 3G connectivity will work for you. Okay, you've been watching Smartwatch Ticks. There is much, much more to come, including a deeper look at this one. So if you haven't subscribed yet, we'd appreciate that. And if you like us, let us know. That helps to boost our numbers of folks, and we get a broader distribution of our videos that way. And that brings in more watches for you to enjoy. All right, we'll see you again soon. Once again, we now have a buying source for you from FINOW directly in their AliExpress store. So check the show notes down below for the buying link. We also mentioned at the beginning that I wanted to share something with you about this watch, and that is the frequencies. This is a full 4G watch. However, if you look at the bands down here, these are the only bands that are supported. And you need to check in your country to see if you'll be able to get 4G. If you can't get 4G, it will fall back to 3G, and these are the bands that are supported for 3G. And of course, GSM is 2G. Double check where you live. In the United States, right now, the 4G and the 850 megahertz 3G bands are not on the list. So not really working well yet for USA, but wherever you are, and we're getting great reports in, it is working in Europe, Australia, of course China, and lots of other places. Now, also wanted to mention, it's calling out IP67. That's really strong waterproofing. You should be able to swim with this watch, but check it out. It's a little plastic snap-in, as you saw in the video, cover that just snaps into this little slot. I'd like to put a warning out. I feel goosey about this thing being submersible. In fact, even on your arm, sweating too much, let alone swimming with it or taking it down to a meter underwater. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to show you this picture from their marketing materials. It shows you how the cover snaps into the back, and remind you, they are claiming IP67 waterproofing. Alrighty, that's it.